We have Bobby Jones, who's our media guy, media manager. I'm not sure what our exact official title is, but since he's come into our life at the Royal Alliance, we've gotten to become familiar with some of the tools, some of the reasons why social media is becoming such an important part of our industry, and why we as a company in Nikan really need to pull our socks up. And we're so far behind the mark that we need to really do this kind of an effort just to get you guys on social media, never mind active on it and actually participating. So this is going to be a few calls that will help you, first of all, get on, understand the meaning and the reason why you need to get on, that this is really not an option. If you expect to be in network marketing and make any money, and if you're watching your income drop, you'll know why. It's because you've simply been passive. It's time to get active, and it's time to get active in the tools and the media that we now have at our disposal. So this is one of those tools, Google Plus. Thanks for joining us. Bobby Jones, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I kind of, we'll start at the beginning. I grew up on the internet, so I got my first computer when I was, I think, eight or nine. It was a Tandy at the time, and so I kind of grew up using computers, grew up using the internet, and really have been using social media as a platform for promotion of my own business. So I make videos on YouTube, and I have a partnership with YouTube, so I create videos. They split the ad revenue with me, and I've been using that as sort of a self-promoting tool. So I've been using social media since late 2006, early 2007, and just really kind of diving in. And recently came across Google Plus when it became kind of a big, when it launched. I was actually one of the early adopters, so I had to get an invite link to Google Plus. It wasn't actually a public platform at the time. And so I've been using Google Plus since basically day one, and really excited about the platform, really excited about the business opportunities that are available here for not only myself, but also for other companies. So I've begun doing a lot of consulting work with other companies as a social media consultant, just basically because I've been on the internet forever, and feel like I know what I'm doing here, and other people trust me to do it as well. So that's kind of the...
Well, you're being modest. I know you were very instrumental in helping to put Evolve on the map in terms of their social media usage, platforms, etc. In fact, you shared with me when you first got involved with them, they were all over the place on the matter, much like us, I guess. And you had to get rid of some things, direct them in other ways to become more efficient and proficient at the platform. And now, I would say, in the network marketing arena, Evolve is definitely one of the major players in terms of application.
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, I think you and I and the Royal Alliance have partnered together to maybe even take it one step further, because I believe this is a platform that they have not yet adopted, and we are diving head on into, because it really does provide us with a lot of usability, and it's very user friendly, and it actually enhances our ability to do business in ways that I didn't even think possible. So I want to get into the meat and potatoes, but just a little bit more about the actual social media stuff, because it's not just Google Plus that we're talking about. We're talking about Twitter, we're talking about basically LinkedIn, any type of media or social media platform. Why? Why does this matter to our business in your point of view?
Well, you know, the business that we're in, which is the network marketing business, is a social business. A lot of people, and I think this is true of any network marketing company out there right now, they haven't taken that social business and put it online. And that's what social media does for us, is it makes this whole experience, this whole business that we're driving at, an online worldwide social event. So instead of having these tiny meetings in our house, or even these big conventions of thousands of people at one particular place, we've now made it a worldwide event where we can live stream the next national convention. We could have it live streamed on YouTube for free for anybody that wants to come and hang out with us, that wasn't able to make it out to the actual convention because tickets sold out or whatever. All those barriers of the real, quote, real world have been taken down by the internet. So for me, I think it's really a powerful tool for anyone to build their business, but especially a network marketing company. It serves us exactly right. I mean, it's what we're already doing in our living rooms and in stadiums, but taking it to the internet instead.
Okay, I lost your feed a little bit there. Are you still hearing me? Yeah, it slowed down a bit. Let me
I
add my
still
little.
hear you.
Okay, good. Let me add my 2 cents to this because I think um, you're talking about obviously making this an event of any kind, something that people can participate in our organizations globally. I think that's huge. But let's look at the business in 2 stages because there's the prospecting side of the business, and that is getting people involved in our business, or the recruiting side, and then there's the back end, what I refer to as the back end, and that is keeping people plugged in, excited, motivated, moving forward. Those are two very distinct opportunities that are both available through social media. And I know there's a few people who are already experimenting with reach out programs, how to use social media to acquire customers or get eyeballs and attention to your personal web pages, for instance. But so far to this point, I've been using it in the platform of hanging out with Mike DiMuccio more so as an opportunity to create a back end, which I think has been long missing in NICAN and a lot of network marketing experiences. They've been so dependent on events that require time, energy, costs, huge organizational skills, and so forth to make possible just to keep people close to the fire, to keep people interested, to keep people plugged into what's going on, to give the appearance that things are actually going on, which is often the case through the use of recognition and so forth. What I find is this is an invaluable tool for being able to replicate that in ways that we've never been able to.
Absolutely, I completely agree. One of the main key features for me is that sort of keeping close to the fire. So now with social media, there's an excellent opportunity, especially for network marketers, to be available to their teams all the time. So if I have Twitter on my phone, so anywhere I go, someone from my organization could tweet at me, and it would be a public tweet, so everyone in the world could see it. But they could tweet at me and say, hey, I just broke silver. And in real time, we can find out, everyone in the organization can find out that, X consultant or Y consultant just broke silver. And, it's as easy as hitting a retweet button for Mike or myself, and boom, now everybody knows. And so we can celebrate each other much easier. And also, like you said, be connected and really be, keep the excitement up and keep people motivated and know that somebody else out there is listening, and when we have a struggle, we can reach out to each other easier, and we can all be supporting each other, and I think that's really important to our business and to business in general. I mean, I think that's something that's unprecedented when we see the top leaders of an organization coming down from seemingly on high and unreachable to be totally open and available to anybody at any time. I think that's really important, and it's really kind of a different approach than has been done before, especially in network marketing and even NICAN.
I was just invited 2 nights ago to an interesting call. Bernadette McBurney was a guest speaker. I was asked to be a guest speaker, and that call, by the way, I was asked only in the morning, Sunday morning, and so Sunday evening we just said, sure, send us the invite. And so Sunday evening, there were 2 in-homes happening in 2 different locations, and they brought both myself and Bernadette into those in-homes, and all 4 were connected through this Google Plus platform. So people in all 4 locations were able to share dialogue and share stories and so forth. And just imagine where this is going, and this is only after a short time of actually playing with the experience. And that was Bernadette, who just joined the platform, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. Last night, even Bernadette was doing a live Google Hangout with one of her consultants. I only caught the tail end of it because I had just been browsing on Google Plus and saw it, and I sent you the link actually via Skype, I think it was. And yeah, I mean, now any of these small meetings can become big meetings. And the other power is, as we've shown with our recordings, with your show and with Dave's show that's coming up later this afternoon, is these meetings and these interviews and these shows and all this live in perpetuity on YouTube. So this show, which we're doing right now, is actually being recorded live on YouTube. And so if you do a training, if you get together with your silvers and you do something that's really exciting, it doesn't have to be a one-time event. It doesn't have to be forgotten. It's always on YouTube and always kind of able to be shared and picked up by the public, which is part of the prospecting. So if somebody is just searching around on the internet on Google, and they want to see business opportunities in their area, we've tagged the videos on YouTube so that they can find those easily. So if then they just get in contact with us, and then so we've got a new partner. Or if somebody's just feeling like, I really want to, my vision for the what we're doing on Google Plus is to have shows that address some of the 5 pillars. So if somebody's really feeling like their mind pillar is being neglected in their life, and they need some advice as to how to sort of build that back up, then they can come and watch Julie's show, which she'll be doing hopefully soon. I haven't gotten a confirmation from her yet, but don't want to commit her to that. But so hopefully there'll be a show that addresses those specific issues. So if somebody's just having struggles with something in their life, they can come to our shows and get that support that they need from their Nikan family, which we've all wanted anyway. So I think that's another amazing use of the platform. But like you said, those four individual groups, they're hundreds of miles away. You and Bernadette are hundreds of miles away, and then the 2 in-houses are hundreds of miles from you guys, yet you're all brought right in together and close because of this platform. And I think that's another really kind of important thing that we don't always think about is the closeness that happens now is way easier. You can get a top leader into your living room without having to fly them out there anymore. So
exactly. And in
great.
fact, this idea that nonverbal communication is 97% of the, or 93% of the communication through what they see in your eyes and your expressions and so forth. How far does this go in terms of enhancing the power of our ABCs? If ABCs are such a critical component to our business, we've just multiplied that by a factor of 1,000 using video conferencing as a tool. Let me also point out some things that I've been doing. You gave me an idea of maybe capturing some stuff at the Nikan convention, and so while I was at the convention, I was snapping some photos with my iPhone, pushing them up to posting them on my Google Plus platform, because I have an iPhone and I have an application called Google Plus. It's free. And I was pushing it on. I was posting these things to my Facebook, and I was also tweeting. So I was tweeting, Facebooking, and Google Plusing, which is sort of the 3 mediums that I'm using to push out information to people who I'm friended with or connected to. And you were picking up on those things because you and I are friends through the Royal Alliance, and you are seeing those posts that I was doing and reposting them to the people who are friended to you and friended to your connections into Nikan through the Royal Alliance. So it's just an example of how quickly we can move information from a real-time experience out into the world, whether it's a photograph. I even was able to do YouTube. These beautiful things can now upload YouTube to your YouTube channel. If you've got a Gmail account, that's an automatic. So it'll ask you, when you click on it to share, it'll ask you where you want to share it. It'll take a couple of minutes to upload it to your channel, and boom, same thing. Once you're on your YouTube channel, you can share it with your Facebook link, your Twitter link, your Google Plus link, and once again, now you got a video that's gone out. Some of you may have seen me actually singing at the convention. That was exactly how that happened. Anyway, so just if you understand fundamentally, our business is about promotion, promotion, promotion. And typically, one would also hear, promote the next event, the next event, the next event. That was what our business consisted of. The viability, the functionality, our ability to grow and expand was completely dependent on how many events were happening on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis, and whether or not people were successful at promoting these events. And now what we have is an exceptional means to host events and to promote events and to cross-promote events, cross-pollinate the experience, because now it's not just my events I'm promoting and have access to. I have access to all the events of all the people I'm connected to through these social platforms. So yeah, you want to encourage your downline to follow you on Twitter, to friend you on Facebook, to add you to their circles on Google+. The more, the merrier. And we just all keep doing that with a view to do that, and we're going to create an experience that's never been seen before in network marketing.
Absolutely. I mean, that's, again, our whole business is about sharing everything. So, you share the business with someone else. We call that, sharing the business. So, that's, now that sharing becomes much easier to do. And the other interesting thing is that, like you were saying, this is a face-to-face interaction that you and I are having, even though you're in Vancouver right now, right?
Toronto.
And I'm in Florida. So we're thousands of miles apart, yet we're having a face-to-face conversation. I can see your facial expressions. I see the nonverbals that you're giving me. And this is we could do this worldwide. We could have Igor, who is in Germany right now, on this call, although I think it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon for him, so he's probably having dinner. But we could have anybody we wanted on this call, no matter where they live in the world. And that is something that's really, really powerful about this tool. And like you were saying, at an event, Google Plus actually has this really interesting kind of connectivity at events. So if you have an Android device like I do, and I think it's coming to the iPhone soon too, but the Android app for Google Plus, when an event happens, and if it's been put together in Google Plus, it'll give you a notification on your phone that says, hey, that event starts. So I walk into the Nikken convention, my phone will tell me, hey, you're at the Nikken convention, would you like to go into party mode, which is what they call it. And I click yes, and then any picture I take on my phone, I don't have to upload anything. All I have to do is snap the pictures, and it automatically uploads them to the event for me, which is great for me because that means I don't have to think about it. All I have to do is just snap photos, snap videos, do everything I want, and it all comes to one place. And then you share them out from there. So, that for me is the next exciting thing for the live events. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention is somebody talked about it the other day. I don't remember what meeting I was in or who I was talking to, but they said, part of the business is prospecting. So you got to get people into the business, right? But the other part that keeps them in the business is live events. And that's why those have become so important, is you want to promote the next event. You want to promote the next big thing because the live interaction and the live event keeps them in the business and it keeps them excited. Well, now those live events can happen every single day, and they can be worldwide and just as big, except now they're on the internet. So you can watch on your phone, or as you're driving to the next event, or you can watch on your computer as if it was a television show, which is kind of I think what we're hoping for is at 10 p.m. on Tuesdays we'll watch Mike Smucho's show instead of The Simpsons or whatever we watch. So those live events happen constantly. They can happen literally 24 hours a day, and you just whenever you want to plug in and get excited about something, you just plug in, and that's for your business, that's the best thing that you could hope for, is that somebody is super plugged in and ready to go all the time, and they're always excited about building their business, and we know where it goes from there. If you're on fire, then everybody's on fire.
Exactly. The content is also what's driving this. I had I'm not sure who sponsored someone recently. They showed the Rick Murphy playback, the interview with Rick Murphy, and that individual was so moved by that interview that they decided to purchase enough to become an executive in their first purchase. Wow. We haven't had that happen in a long time. So just goes to show you the power of this approach to moving the business forward. And now I know there's a lot of people, especially listening, particularly in the higher ranks, who have never really been all that friendly to computers. I remember when Julie Tarr would say, I don't even own one. I don't even know how to turn mine on. And now she's one of the most prolific people on Facebook in our whole organization. So that's changed, and it's changed very, very quickly for her because she realized how simple it really was once she applied herself. And that seems to be the secret ingredient to technology. They've made it so user-friendly that it's just a matter of push that button and see what it does, and then you go, oh, that's neat, and then on you go, and you're in the experience.